This is going to be a really niche rant complaint, so apologies ahead of time. Go ahead and skip if you need. But I cannot stand how bad social media and modern narcissism culture have made poetry. Like, modern poetry to me now is genuinely borderline unreadable. And I love poetry. I love poetry, like modern poetry, right? Like, I like modern poetry. But the shit that I'm seeing getting published now, it used to be that poets hated themselves, right? Like, that's part of why they were poets. That was like the secret, deep well of emotion and like the things that they kept hidden. And a lot of these poets that we celebrate, like a lot of them, we were like, oh shit, we really didn't appreciate you until you were dead. But now it feels like people who are poets, especially the ones who really get put on pedestals in social media spaces, it feels like they love themselves a little too much. And it feels like that's why their poetry sucks. Because you read poetry like from Sylvia Plath, right? And it's digging deep, it's exploring like these dark shadow parts of self, things, topics, themes that you might be ashamed to explore outside of yourself. But poetry now, it's so self-aggrandizing. You could tell that the person writing it genuinely thinks that they're the best person. They're like, my buttons break mountains because I am stronger than God. Yeah, okay, I don't want to read poetry about how great you are. I want to read that you also struggle with self-doubt and are miserable. And I want to hear it with like fancy, obscure words. I don't care about the rhyming stuff, but like poetry now, it just feels fucking shallow. It just feels like a bunch of people writing about relationships, not even in a compelling way, like poetry from 10 years ago. It's like people writing poetry about relationships now, like, you left me, but I'm better than you. Don't you see it in these words I write? It just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I've had to unfollow a lot of things, a lot of things, a lot of things. I'm holding tight to the Poetry Foundation and hoping against hope, but I don't know, gals. It's not looking good. It's looking pretty narcissistic.